Well, tonight, 4 wheated bourbons in the blind to find out which one I like best. And you're probably going like, well, it's right here, Mike. It's the Antique 107, the Weller Antique 107. And I will tell you that is my favorite wheated bourbon, but it's an allocated wheated bourbon. Tonight, these are all non-allocated, non-finished, and available most likely in your bottle shop. Okay, well, let's get started here. On our far right here is the Ben Holiday soft red wheat. You know, there's 2 of them. There's the regular soft red wheat. I think it's around 100 proof. And this is the Rickhouse proof. And this comes in at 120. Probably, no, it's not the hottest of the 4. I think this Larceny C923 is the hottest. Yeah, at 126.4. You might remember the C923 just narrowly beat out my C922, which I absolutely love. I still contest that because I still think the 922 is the best that's ever been. But in the blind, the C923 did beat it. Then an old standby, in fact, this is not the first bottle. This is the second or third bottle I've had of this Maker's Mark cask strength of the non-staved version, which was, you know, the private selection, the finished versions of Maker's Mark. This has always been my favorite. It's consistent around 110 because they have a low entry proof. This is batch 2204. And then a new one I found just recently, and I did a review on, this Castle and Key. I've never had a Castle and Key. This is their cask strength wheated bourbon. So how did I go about picking these 4? Pretty simple. I wanted them to be non-allocated, something you could find on a shelf. I wanted to eliminate anything that was a low proof because I wanted the most intense flavor I could get out of them. And I didn't want any finishes because it's really hard, you know, to compare bourbons with different finishes together. So these are all straight bourbon whiskeys with a wheated mash bill, all above 100. I think the lowest one was the Castle and Key, and it's like 106. I can't hardly read it. 108, 106, something like that. And that's very likely because of a low entry proof. So now that we've talked about the 4 wheated bourbons, let's start this clock. Give it one more spin on the wheel and stop. And I'll just go around clockwise. So this will be south, west, north, east. Right? Starting with the south. A little bit of ethanol there. I mean, definitely the wheat profile going. Molasses brown sugar. Not very, not the aroma's not very strong. I'm really not picking up a lot. It's pretty mild on the aroma. Cheers. Taste is quite a bit different. I got a lot of spice up front, baking spice. This is a wheated mash bill, so there's no rye there, but pepper and spice. Fairly rich. Man, I got a Kentucky hug going on there, so that's got to be, well, it seems like it could be one of the higher ones, and these would be the higher ones. These would be the lower ones over here. It's good. Now we're going west. Now this is a little different. I'm picking up the wheat, but rather than a strong molasses brown sugar, I'm actually getting some medium to dark fruits in there. Very nice. Cheers. That's definitely a lot nuttier than the South. The West definitely is nutty. Well, we know that, right? Kidding. You guys out West, no comments, please. No emails. But that is a nuttier profile. Not quite as rich. It's good. I'm not sure it's as good as South. Let's go to the North. Now this smells more like the South. Traditional wheat, molasses, brown sugar. Not a whole else. That wheat a lot of times just masks everything else. Cheers. Not quite as spicy, but the sweetness and that wheat profile comes through big time. Nice coating of the palate. Rich. That one's good. North is good. North and South are very good. Let's go East. See what's in the East. Now this one is kind of weird. It's more like the one on the West there. More fruit, less wheat. In fact, the wheat is very mild in this one. Cheers. And kind of halfway between North and South and East, definitely some fruit going on in there, but that molasses brown sugar comes through as well as that wheat profile. Definitely the West, I think, is at a disadvantage, so I'm going to go back to the West and taste it another time. Yeah. That West reminds me of, well, it reminds me of a Jim Beam or an MGP bourbon with that nuttiness. It definitely could be just the kind of wheat, or it could be the kind of malt that they used. And if it had a higher malt, sometimes that'll make it nutty. But yeah, I'm saying that West is in fourth place. I'm going to go ahead and take it out. So now it's between the North, the South, and the East. So we're going to go back to the South. That is a nice aroma on the South. I'm digging that aroma. But it's also the spiciest of the three. Man, that's got some spice going on there. And I'm getting a Kentucky hug with that immediately that I don't remember out of the other three. I have to pay closer attention. Let's go back to the East. That's definitely a combination of fruit and molasses brown sugar going on there, and a good wheat profile. I think the most wheat profile was in the North, so let's check it out again. I would tell you that the North had the strongest wheat profile. I mean, this is definitely like a sweet wheat product with some baking spices. The one on the right was more Pop-Tart because you got the wheat and the fruit balance going on there. And this South, man, it's loaded with spice. And it's got the hug going on there too. Well, I think it's between the next ones. One of these two have to go. That is good. Wow, it is so close. But I'm got North is going to be in third place. That balance of the molasses brown sugar and fruit and spice is really good. So now it's down to the South and the East. Which one is better? That's going to be tough. This thing is, the South's got so much going for it, but it is a spice bomb and a proof bomb too. Oh, that is good. Wow. I got Kentucky Hug out of that one. But they're so, I'm drinking them so fast, it really could be either one. We're running out of time, aren't we? All right. One more sip of the South. I know this is really good, but I don't enjoy it as much as the East. That balance with a little bit lower proof level, or at least it feels like it, and that fruit component, that Pop-Tart, baby. You know I talk about those Pop-Tarts. This is a spice and proof bomb. It's wonderful, and it was neck and neck, but the South comes in second. The winner is the East. So you guys in the East, you won again. Well, could have been anywhere on the board, but that's the best way I knew how to telling you which one was which. The East has won, but what are they? Somewhere I've got a reveal card here. And we're going to go ahead and stop the clock. We came in under 10 minutes before the reveal. That's not bad. Oh, a little bit of heartburn there with all that bourbon really quick, but oh man, it was worth it. So, fourth place was Glass 2, which was the Castle and Key. Write these down because I won't remember them later. Okay. Third place was Glass 3, which was the Makers. Wow. So these two, the lower proof, didn't make it. I knew that one of the ones, especially Glass 2, was a higher proof. I wasn't sure about this one, but now, first and second were both the higher proof. So it's down to the Holiday Soft Red Wheat and the Larceny C923. What is second place? Glass 4. The Larceny C923, which means tonight's winner is the Holiday Soft Red Wheat Rickhouse proof, coming in at 120 proof. I like the soft red wheat, but I would not have bet money that it would have beat this guy, and it was so close. But man, this guy's running a little bit hot, and you know I'm not real big above 120, and this was just at 120, and that could have been the whole reason that this won, because I like the little bit lower proofs. I like a good cask strength, but 110, 120 is my sweet spot for cask strength. And tonight, that kind of proved to be true, didn't it? So, We hope you will like this video, comment, and share. And if you have any of these non-allocated, cask strength, barrel proof, wheated bourbons, let me know. Which one is your favorite? Which one would you choose? So, please drink responsibly, never drink and drive, and we'll see you next time.